It's a disgrace. It absolutely is nothing short of a disgrace. You can't get away from it. I don't believe there's any defending it. I don't believe there is any way to see this in a good light. It is absolutely diabolical. Man United have a brand new manager. We are in the pits. We are struggling. We need every single player dedicated to the cause. And what do we get here from our born and bred Marcus Rashford? Swanning off to New York or wherever it was in America to watch a basketball game. Watching a basketball game, all glammed up, having a great night out. What an absolute abomination. What an absolute disgrace this man is. Genuinely vile. Absolute. I can't keep it up anymore. What is going on with Man United fans? Why the consistent need for toxicity? Marcus Rashford, like every other fit member of the Man United squad who is not on international duty, has had this week off. It's normal. By the way, every other single Premier League club, all the ones that are winning trophies, again, if a player is not part of international duty or isn't recovering from an injury, the players, the Euros and the Mainus, the Mounts that we've seen at Carrington meeting Ruben Amorim are recovering from injury. Rashford is doing nothing different here than any other player at Man United or any other top-level player at other clubs in European football that are currently taking a break. So what? That he's all dressed up, wearing all these... I mean, why this picture would trigger anybody is beyond me. You need serious mental help. And I know that sounds harsh. If that picture triggers you, you need therapy. It's as simple and as straightforward as that. Let alone, right? I also believe Casemiro was at the same game. Yet nobody seems to have an issue with that. I believe that Lisandro Martinez, who picks up a knock in the final game, isn't with the Argentina squad. He did go on... He's coming back, I think, in the next day or two, but he's gone away on holiday, and he picked up a little knock. And he just needed a little bit of R&R, a little bit of rest and recuperation. The funniest part is about Marcus Rashford's situation. He's over there in New York also training, though. So he's not out there jollying it up, drinking, living his best life. He's in new surroundings. He's enjoying a few little perks to a brilliant life that he's created for himself. And he's out there training. He's out there keeping fit. He's making sure that he comes back as sharp as he can. And I'm sure Monday morning, he's going to be back in Manchester, ready to start training. Also, during this international break, he's also spent time with local school children in Wythenshawe, which is something that where he funds their books and he helps out with money for the school trips, etc. So, and do you know what annoys me? Do you know what I'm sick to my back teeth of when it comes to Man United? And I started the video off by pretending to be one of those weirdos, one of those absolute amoebas, one of those freaks. Is if he does something good, if he posts videos of himself training, if somebody films him secretly through a bush doing some sprints, oh, PR! If he helps feed or give clothes to or gets books for millions of deprived, underprivileged children, oh, PR! He doesn't really mean it. It's PR. It's like when he has a bad game, nobody criticizes him. Then when he is out living a normal life, what a scumbag. What a bastard. What a wanker. Why isn't he helping underprivileged children? Why is he not out there training? I can't handle this. No, you're a hater. You're a hater for one reason or another. I'm not even going to go into the reasons as to why. You're just a hater. And I saw this post, right? I read this post. Now take a look at this. It says, I honestly feel like this man has lost all interest in football in the last 20 months. This is because he's been seen at the basketball. I mean, he's out there training, football training, weight training, but he's lost all interest. Man United have a new coach and everyone is excited and ready to impress him in training. But you have a wage of £350,000 a week to fly to New York just to watch a basketball game instead of improving on training. Rest and recuperation, some downtime is every bit as important for an athlete, a businessman or woman, a student, the normal everyday worker like you and I. R&R is a very, very important part of being productive and being good. You can try too hard. You can overtrain. Anyone who's ever been an athlete especially will know this. So anyone who hasn't maybe doesn't understand this. Do we see players like Salah, Saka, Haaland, or any other players that are essential for their team do something like this in the middle of the season? Yes. Very, very normal. If a player is not on pre-season, in an international squad, this is what they do. The first 4 or 5 days of the 2-week international break is typically a holiday. And you know what's really interesting? Amorim has only arrived in Manchester in that time to get his visa sorted, settle into where he's going to be living, do the welcome videos. Every single other international break from now on, whilst he's the head coach at Man United, the first 3, 4, 5 days, he'll go on holiday. Whether we're top of the league, whether we're clear by 30 points at the top of the league, or in relegation, he will do that. Why? Because it's typical. Because most of your squad are not there, and the ones that are doing recovery. There's almost nothing you can do. You might find what a manager would do in that point. Do you know what? To the other half, let's go out to this country and stay in this nice hotel and spa. But while I'm there, I am going to go and watch this particular player have a game, an international game, or I'm going to do this with a brand deal that I'm at. So they might mix a little bit of work in, but they'll go and get the R&R. It is an absolute abomination to single Marcus Rashford out in this way. I'm all for criticising a football player's performance. I'm all for people having the opinion to say a player should and shouldn't be at the football club I love. If you don't think they're good enough, you're entitled to say, I don't think they're good enough. That shouldn't change, in my personal and humble opinion. But this onslaught, this attack on this young man, because he has done what every other single top-level football player does, by taking a little break, still training, isn't like he's out there bang on the booze or anything like that. For him to be attacked for this is nothing short of an embarrassment. There's a little video here that's gone viral as well. Let's take a little look. Do you know how I now know I'm getting old, though? By the way, I do not care what football players wear as clothing in terms. I never think it's bad. But I do look at what young people wear now and think, ugh. That's not because what they're wearing is That's because I'm old, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? However, what I'll never do, okay, is as I'm getting towards middle age, I'm probably considered middle age now, to be fair, is I'll never forget that when I was younger, we wore clothes which people in their 30s, 40s, 50s went, to. So the one problem with older people, we forget what it was like to be young. However, I wouldn't wear that jacket he's got on, but I understand. I've been reading the comments from some of the young'uns. They're saying that's the one, bruv. So, fair play. But that's triggered a lot of people. Him wearing that kind of jacket hoodie thing has triggered a lot of people. And again, imagine being a grown man, a grown woman, and being triggered by the clothing another individual is wearing. Maybe if you don't like the jacket and you're being forced to wear it, right? Then maybe you can moan. But you're not. You don't even need to look at this video either. Is people do weird. It's like when people watch my videos and then moan that they hate my channel. Why just don't follow, don't sub, don't click on the video, and you'll never get. Do you know what's funny? I never get suggested videos by channels I ask to not. If I just say if I dislike their video or I click on don't recommend this to me, or I just never click on their videos, they never come up on my algorithm ever. And I spend a lot of time on YouTube. People do this to themselves as well, which is proper weird, mate.
Crystal Palace.
Someone mentioned Crystal Palace. I'm not too sure what he said. He ain't going Crystal Palace, bruv. The fact that someone in America knows what Crystal Palace is just shows how amazing the Premier League is and how big the brand is. Do you know what I'm saying? When I was younger, honestly, I spent a bit of time in the States with my sport. People knew who Man United were. They knew who Liverpool were. They knew who Arsenal were. If you'd have said Crystal Palace to them, they'd have probably thought it was some sort of game show.
Why don't we get you at Crystal Palace?
Why don't we get you at Crystal Palace? Actually, now I'm seeing the jacket in the full light. It's not even that bad, bruv. It's not me, but it ain't bad. Why are people triggered by it? Someone tell me why people are triggered by it. Like, I've seen this video go out and everyone's angry about it. And what are we seeing here? We're not seeing him staggering. We're not seeing him drunk. We're not seeing him break the law. We're not seeing him do anything wrong. You know what I mean? And I bet by Monday he's at Carrington. Maybe Tuesday. Training. Getting ready. Getting ready for the weekend. Mad. I can't believe it. If you're angry at Rashford for doing what he's done in this international break, I genuinely mean this. I think you're deranged. You're deranged to a point where your hatred for a young man is blinding your logic. Or you're faking it and you're doing it purely for attention. Which is it? It's one of those two options, bruv. That's it. I can't think of a third. Maybe you can in the comments section below. Hit the like and the share button and I'll see you all again soon. Peace!